Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English for Beginners. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy you decided to spend some time learning English with us today.
And I'm Jack. Whether you are relaxing at home, driving to work, or taking a walk outside, thank you for listening. We're really glad you're here.
Today, we have a topic that is useful for almost everyone. We are going to talk about how to talk about yourself with confidence.
This is something we all do in real life. We introduce ourselves, answer simple questions, meet new people, and sometimes tell others about our hobbies, work, or daily life.
Many English learners know the words they want to say, but they still feel nervous when someone asks, "Can you tell me about yourself?"
Yes, sometimes your mind suddenly becomes empty, even if you practiced before. That feeling is very common.
So today we will have a relaxed conversation using clear and natural English for A1 to B1 learners.
We will speak at a comfortable speed, use useful vocabulary, and explain ideas naturally through conversation.
Before we begin, here is a simple question for you to think about while you listen.
Imagine you meet someone new today. How would you introduce yourself in English?
Don't worry if you don't know the perfect answer. Just think quietly about what you might say.
Maybe you would start with your name and where you are from.
Maybe you would talk about your job or your studies.
Or maybe you would tell the person about something you enjoy doing in your free time.
There is no single perfect introduction because every person is different.
That is what makes conversations interesting. We all have different experiences, interests, and personalities.
Jack, let me ask you something. Do you remember the first time you introduced yourself in another language?
Oh, yes, I remember it very well. I was excited, but I was also very nervous.
What happened?
Someone smiled and asked me a simple question. They said, "Please tell us a little about yourself."
That sounds easy, but I guess it didn't feel easy at the time.
Not at all. I knew my name and my country, but after that I forgot almost everything. My brain seemed to stop working.
I think many of our listeners have experienced something similar.
Probably. The funny thing is that after the conversation ended, I suddenly remembered all the sentences I wanted to say.
That always happens. You think of the perfect answer 5 minutes later.
Exactly. But that experience taught me something important.
What did it teach you?
It taught me that confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence usually grows because you keep speaking.
I really like that idea. Many people think they need to feel confident first.
But in reality, confidence often comes after practice, not before it.
Let's explain what we mean by confidence in today's episode.
Good idea. Confidence does not mean believing you are perfect.
It also does not mean speaking without making mistakes.
Confidence simply means feeling comfortable enough to express yourself even if your English is still improving.
That is an important difference.
Yes, you can make small grammar mistakes and still have a good conversation.
Most people care more about understanding you than about hearing perfect English.
Exactly. Communication is usually more important than perfection.
Now, let me ask you another question, Jack. When someone asks you to talk about yourself, where do you usually begin?
I normally start with something simple. I say my name, where I live, and what I do.
That sounds very natural.
I think simple is often better than complicated.
I agree. Some learners try to use very difficult vocabulary because they want to sound impressive.
But then they become worried about every sentence.
Yes, and when you worry too much, speaking becomes harder.
Instead, you can use simple words with confidence. That often sounds more natural.
Let's imagine that I meet you for the first time.
All right, let's do a simple example.
Hello, nice to meet you. Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Sure. My name is Jack. I live in a small city. I work as a designer, and I enjoy reading, hiking, and learning about different cultures. I also like meeting new people because I always learn something interesting from them.
That was a very nice introduction.
Thank you. I didn't use difficult words, but I gave enough information for someone to continue the conversation.
Exactly. Now I already have many questions I could ask you.
That is the goal of a good introduction. It opens the door to a friendly conversation.
People sometimes think they need to tell their whole life story.
But usually, you only need to share a few simple facts.
Then the conversation grows naturally, one question at a time.
And that makes speaking English feel much more relaxed.
So, Jack, we have talked about starting an introduction, but many learners still ask an important question. They say, "What should I talk about after I say my name?"
That is a great question, because introducing yourself is not only about giving information, it is also about helping another person get to know you.
Exactly. You do not need to say everything about yourself. You only need to share a few interesting parts of your life.
One easy topic is your daily routine, because everyone has one.
For example, you could say, "I usually wake up early, go to work, and in the evening I like reading or watching movies."
Those are simple sentences, but they tell us something about your lifestyle.
Another good topic is your hobbies.
Yes, people often enjoy talking about things they like doing because it feels natural and personal.
Jack, what hobby do you usually mention when you meet someone new?
I often talk about hiking because it's something I really enjoy.
What do you like about it?
I like being outside. Fresh air helps me relax, and walking in nature gives me time to think.
That answer is much more interesting than simply saying, "My hobby is hiking."
Exactly. Adding one or two extra sentences makes the conversation feel warmer.
Let me try another example.
Go ahead.
If someone asks about my hobbies, I could say, "I enjoy cooking because I like trying new recipes. Sometimes I cook for my family and we eat together on the weekend."
That sounds friendly and easy to understand.
Notice that I did not use difficult vocabulary.
And you also gave the other person something they could ask about.
They might ask, "What is your favorite meal to cook?"
Or they might say, I like cooking too.
That is how conversations continue naturally.
Asking and answering simple questions is much easier than trying to give a long speech.
Another common topic is your work or your studies.
Some learners worry because they think their job is not interesting enough.
But every job can become interesting when you explain it in a simple way.
For example, instead of only saying, I work in a shop, you could add, I enjoy meeting different customers every day.
Or you could say, "I'm still learning, and every day I discover something new."
Those small details make your introduction more personal.
What if someone is a student?
Then they could say what they are studying and why they chose that subject.
For example, "I study biology because I have always been interested in nature."
Or, I'm learning computer science because I enjoy solving problems.
You do not need long explanations. Just one honest reason is often enough.
Another thing people often forget is smiling.
That is true. A smile is part of communication, too. Even if your English is not perfect, smiling makes you appear more relaxed and friendly.
It also helps the other person feel comfortable.
Let's talk about eye contact.
Many learners feel nervous and look at the floor while speaking.
That is completely normal.
Yes, but if you can look at the other person for a few seconds at a time, your conversation feels more confident.
You do not need to stare all the time.
No, just natural eye contact is enough.
Now let's imagine another situation.
Sounds good.
We are at an English club and everyone is meeting for the first time.
I will introduce myself first.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, my name is Jack. I come from Canada, but I have lived in different cities over the years. I enjoy photography, traveling, and learning languages because I love discovering new cultures. I joined this club to meet new people and practice speaking English.
That introduction gives us many ideas for questions.
Exactly. Someone might ask where I have traveled,
Or why you started learning languages.
or what kind of photographs I like taking.
Now it is my turn.
We're listening.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emma. I work as a teacher, and I enjoy helping people learn new things. In my free time, I like reading novels, drinking coffee with friends, and taking long walks in the park. I joined this group because I want to meet people from different countries.
That introduction feels very natural.
Thank you. I tried to sound friendly instead of perfect.
That is an excellent goal for every English learner.
Sometimes people worry because they have an accent.
I hear that concern very often.
What would you say to someone who feels embarrassed about their accent?
I would remind them that almost everyone who learns another language has an accent.
That is true. An accent tells part of your story. It shows that you learned another language with effort and patience.
And people from English-speaking countries have many different accents too.
Exactly. There is not only one correct way to sound.
The most important thing is speaking clearly enough to be understood.
Communication is the goal, not sounding exactly like someone else.
Another common mistake is trying to memorize every sentence.
Memorizing can help in the beginning, but conversations rarely follow a script.
Someone may ask an unexpected question.
That is why it is better to remember simple ideas instead of perfect paragraphs.
You can remember your name, where you're from, what you do, what you enjoy, and one interesting fact about yourself.
Then you can put those ideas together naturally each time you meet someone.
Every conversation will be a little different.
And that is exactly what makes speaking a real skill instead of only a memorized exercise. We have talked about introducing yourself, sharing your hobbies, and speaking with confidence. Now, let's discuss something that many learners experience. Sometimes the biggest challenge is not vocabulary or grammar, it is fear.
Yes, fear can stop people from speaking even when they know the words.
Some people are afraid of making mistakes.
Others worry that their pronunciation is not good enough.
And some people think that everyone is judging them.
The interesting thing is that most people are not judging you at all. They are usually thinking about what they want to say next.
That is a funny but very true observation. We often imagine that everyone notices our mistakes.
But in reality, people are usually happy that you are trying to communicate with them.
Let's imagine two English learners.
The first learner waits until every sentence is perfect before speaking.
The second learner speaks with simple English, makes a few mistakes, but continues the conversation.
Which learner will improve faster?
I think the second learner will.
I agree. Every conversation is practice, and practice helps us improve.
Mistakes are not signs that you are failing.
They are signs that you are learning.
Every fluent speaker has made thousands of mistakes.
That is how people become better over time.
Let's share a few simple ideas that can help listeners feel more confident.
The first idea is to speak slowly.
Many learners think they must speak quickly to sound fluent.
But speaking slowly usually makes your English clearer.
It also gives your brain more time to think.
The second idea is to use words you already know.
You do not need difficult vocabulary to have a good conversation.
Simple English can be powerful when you use it well.
The third idea is to ask questions.
That is one of my favorite tips.
Why?
Because conversations are not only about talking, they are also about listening.
That's true.
After introducing yourself, you can ask, "What about you?" or "What do you enjoy doing?"
Those simple questions help both people feel included.
And they take some pressure away from you because now the other person is speaking too.
Let's review some useful words we used in today's conversation.
The first word is confidence. Confidence means believing that you can do something, even if you are still learning.
For example, I feel more confident speaking English than I did last year.
Another useful word is introduce. To introduce yourself means to tell someone your name and a little information about yourself.
You could say, "Let me introduce myself."
We also used the word hobby.
A hobby is an activity you enjoy doing in your free time.
For example, reading, painting, gardening, or playing football can all be hobbies.
Another important word is conversation.
A conversation is when two or more people talk and share ideas.
We also talked about pronunciation.
Pronunciation is the way you say words.
Good pronunciation helps people understand you more easily.
But remember, having an accent is completely normal.
We also used the word practice.
Practice means doing something regularly so you become better at it.
Finally, we talked about communication.
Communication means sharing ideas, thoughts, and feelings with other people.
Now, we'd like to give you a small speaking exercise.
You can do this today even if you only have a few minutes.
Imagine you meet someone for the first time.
Say your name.
Say where you are from.
Talk about your work or your studies.
Mention 1 or 2 hobbies.
Then finish by saying something you would like to learn or improve in the future.
You can practice in front of a mirror.
You can also record your voice on your phone and listen to yourself later.
At first, it may feel a little strange.
But after repeating this exercise several times, you will probably notice that speaking becomes easier.
Remember, confidence grows through action.
You do not have to wait until you feel completely ready.
Start with simple sentences.
Speak a little every day.
Celebrate small improvements because they become big improvements over time.
Learning English is not a race.
Everyone learns at a different speed.
The important thing is that you keep going.
Before we finish, we'd like you to think about one question.
If someone asked you today, "Can you tell me about yourself?" what would you say?
Your answer does not have to be perfect.
It only needs to be honest and clear.
If you'd like to practice, write a short introduction in the comments.
You can write, "Hello, my name is, I'm from, and I enjoy."
It's a simple way to practice writing and speaking at the same time.
We always enjoy reading your messages and learning about our listeners from around the world.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you feel a little more comfortable speaking about yourself in English.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember that every conversation is another step forward.
Thank you for listening to Speak English for Beginners. Take care, keep speaking English, and we'll see you in the next episode.